It's a beautiful Sunday, and the Love and Honor boys are wearing their throwbacks, looking to take Game 3 from Siena and avoid the sweep. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Chatterbox Live, and we are gearing up for first pitch. Zach Maxey is on the bump, the captain junior for the Redhawks. This is his third appearance on the season. Gave up 5 runs against Georgia Tech his first time out, and 6 runs against North Alabama, looking to fare better today in front of the home crowd. So I've got you here. Let's take you through the Siena starting lineup. Sean Camacho will be leading off and playing center field. Donovan Montgomery, he'll be patrolling shortstop, batting 2. Aiden Stewart will be batting 3rd, playing 3rd. Matt Livingston cleaning up, playing first base. Bryce Mordecki, who wasn't in the lineup in either game yesterday, is going to be designated hitting, batting 5th. Vincenzo Castronova out in right field, batting 6th. Nick Bergamoto will be batting 7th, playing second base. Another new face to the lineup. Gavin Thornburn will be in left field, batting 8th. Louis Percival will be anchoring the lineup. He'll be behind the dish. In the field for Miami, we mentioned Zach Maxey on the bump. The right-handed thrower will be giving it to Novak behind the dish. Parker Lester will be playing first base. Evan Applewick will be playing second. Cooper Weiss out at shortstop. And then Rylan Zaborowski will be playing 3rd. Out in the pasture, Steven Krause getting the start today after pinch hitting in both games yesterday. McDonald will be in center, and Christian Tejada back in the starting lineup for Game 3. It's a warm Sunday here in early March. 53 degrees with no breeze. So Sean Camacho steps in to the batter's box. Had a nice day at the plate yesterday. First pitch from Maxey, and we are underway. First pitch at 1:01, and the fastball's in there for a called strike on Sean Camacho. Camacho, the leading hitter on this team, 281 hitter. Swings at the 0-1, comes up empty. It's 0-2. Fastball misses up and away. Here comes the 1-2 from Maxey. Swung on a miss, and a strikeout starts this Game 3. So we mentioned Maxey, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 11 earned runs, only 3 strikeouts so far, but he did earn captain duties as he was voted on by his team. So stepping into the batter's box, Donovan Montgomery. Montgomery will be playing shortstop today. It's his 3rd position in 3 games, but he's batted 2-hole in all 3. Montgomery, a 167 hitter. Sees the 0-1 for a called strike, and Maxey's all over the strike zone to begin this one. 0-2. Called strike 3. 1 swinging, 1 looking. And now we're going to see Aiden Stewart.
Number 4, Aiden Stewart.
Aiden Stewart, 5 RBIs on the season, a 172 hitter. And 1 base knock in the first game yesterday. Brought in 2 RBIs. Maxey finds the strike zone to bring it to 1-1. Maxey has the old school style windup. Don't see many pitchers still go over top of their head.
Hey, good pitch. Here we go.
Reminiscent of Andy Pennant, Nolan Ryan, name them. Max Scherzer still does that overhead delivery. He falls behind 3-1 on the fastball on the outside half of the plate.
Come on, man.
The 3-1 misses, and Aiden Stewart will take first base on the walk.
Stepping in next, the first baseman to the Saints.
So now we'll see Matt Livingston.
Matt Livingston.
Livingston improved his batting average on the season by more than 100 points. Came into yesterday with just 1 hit. He had 2 hits in Game 2, 1 hit in Game 1. An RBI in both features of the doubleheader. And he takes a pitch on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. Livingston, lefty swinger, chokes up on the bat and has his hands over top of the plate. Maxey misses on the outside. We mentioned Miami and their throwback uniforms, the cream. There's something about that Miami red, too. Just shines. The 1-1 offering to Livingston. And there for a called strike. Aiden Stewart has attempted to steal twice this season. He's 2 for 2. 1-2 is swung on a miss. 3 strikeouts in the opening frame for Maxey. We head to the bottom half of the first here on Chatterbox Live. Bottom of the first here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. And I will take you through Miami's starting lineup today. Evan Applewick will be leading off and playing second base. Benji Brokman will be designated hitting. He's batting 2-hole. Rylan Zoborowski batting third, playing third. Zach McDonald out in center field. He's cleaning up. Parker Lester batting fifth. He's playing first base. Steven Krause, we mentioned, in the starting lineup for the first time this series. He's in left field batting sixth. Cooper Weiss playing shortstop batting 7-hole. David Novak behind the dish, and Christian Tejada batting 9-hole and playing right field. Southpaw on the mound for the Siena Saints. Sebastian Bentz out there for his second outing this season. Bentz went 3 2/3 innings pitched against Jacksonville, where he gave up 3 earned runs. Got the loss in that game against Jacksonville. So Applewick steps up to the plate, takes the first 2 for called balls. Applewick started in game 2 yesterday. Had a nice day at the plate. 2 for 4 in his effort. One of his hits being a double. He fouls this one back out of play. 2-1's the count. Applewick going with the throwback theme, wearing stirrups. Takes the 2-1 in the turf. It's 3-1. Bentz kicks, deals, check swing. He did go. And brings it to a full count. Bentz had 2 strikeouts and 3 walks in his near 4 innings of work. His 1 time out this season. And he walks the leadoff batter. Now you see the designated hitter, Benji Brokman. Benji gets the sign from head coach Danny Hayden, who's in his 10th season at the helm of the Miami Redhawks. Brokman takes the first pitch on the outside for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. Kick, deal. Misses once again. 2-0's the count. Bentz comes set, checks on the runner. Benji Brokman fouls one out of play, pops it up. Applewick a little unsure over there with Bentz's delivery. Went back towards the bag like he was coming to pick off, and you see that with lefties. They're deceptive. The 2-1 offering is going to be chopped down the third base line towards the coach's box and out of play.
Oh, bro, come on out.
The 2-2.
Boy.
Misses. Bottom part. Run it full. Benji Brennaman is a .281 hitter. Batted 2-hole in game 2 yesterday. He offered at that 3-2 that was way out of the zone, and he'll go down. So 1 on and 1 out for Ryland Zaborowski.
Oh, Zeke.
Zaborowski had an 0 for day yesterday, 0 for 7. Game 2 was one to forget, but still on the day was 4 for 6 earlier this week against the University of Cincinnati, as he offers at the first pitch he sees, comes up empty. Zaborowski is 6'6", an imposing figure in the batter's box. 235 is his listed weight. The redshirt sophomore. Checking on the runner over at first base. Zaborowski waits the 1-1. Chops it down the third base line, foul. Stewart was right there. Went to the left of the bag. So Bence, after walking the leadoff hitter and getting some help from Benji Brennaman, has found the strike zone. The southpaw kicks, deals, misses on the outside. Nice crowd here today at McKee Field. Coming out to see some baseball on this beautiful Sunday. The 2-2. Another breaking ball, misses once again, and it's ran full. Modest lead over at first base for Applewick. They'll check on him just to make sure he's not going on first move here on the full count. Siena Saints, we mentioned Miami's uniform. Siena still going with the Grays. They got a sweep at them yesterday. Zaborowski pieces one softly into left center field. And that's a base knock for the third baseman, his first of the series. Zach McDonald steps up to the plate. He put one over the 376 sign in left center field in game 1. It's gone quiet since.
Oh, Zeke, going out.
McDonald, a 333 hitter on the year. 3 for 7 thus far in the series. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 3 hits, 3 extra base hits. Had a double yesterday in game 2. Home run and double in game 1. Takes the 1-0. Didn't miss by a lot. 2-0's the count. Runners at first and second for McDonald. And Bentz has fallen behind. It looks like Siena is already getting some catchers out in the bullpen, just in the case that Bentz doesn't figure this out. Here comes the 3-0. Take it all the way, and it's called ball 4.
Oh, Zeke.
So the bases are loaded here in the bottom half of the first. Miami coming into this series averaging nearly 9 runs a game. They put up 4 in game 1 yesterday and only 1 run in game 2.
Park, one out. One park.
Lost on a game-winning 2-run single in game 1 and lost 5-2 in the second set. And Bentz's first pitch to Parker Lester, the leading hitter on this Miami team, is in the turf. And they're going to go out there and talk to the southpaw. Bentz is a junior from Weston, Florida. "6'3", 212 pounds. For his second appearance on the year, on the young season.
Go, Pete.
Here goes the 1-0.
Say park, one out. One park.
Applewick on third. Zaborowski on second. And McDonald on first. And this one's hit well out to left center field. Giving chase is Camacho, but he will not get there in time. 1 run will score, make it all 3 as Parker Lester clears the bases with a double. Applewick, Zaborowski, and McDonald all scoring on the double to left center field. Camacho and Thornburn gave chase, but couldn't find the ball. And Miami gets on the board first. It's 3-0. And Miami's still threatening with a runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs. So now you see Steven Krause getting his first start of the series. Parker Lester with that double gets his 8th RBI on the season, his 15th hit. He's one of just 3 Redhawks to have double-digit hits through the first 10 games. The 1-0's in there for a called strike. Krause, one of the captains on this team. Pinch hit twice yesterday. Not getting a hit in either attempt. Got the start here in game 3. The 1-1 misses outside. Brings it to 2-1. Lester out at second base. Hit well out to Donovan Montgomery at shortstop. Lester moving on contact. Montgomery throws it over to Livingston at first and gets the second out. Dangerous move by Parker Lester moving on contact, as Montgomery could have just turned and thrown that over to third. But it all works out. Now Cooper Weiss steps up to the plate. Weiss, a .333 hitter. Junior from Fort Myers, Florida. The 0-1 misses outside. 2 hits yesterday in the doubleheader. Scored a run in game 2, the lone Miami run.
Coop.
Bentz toes the rubber, gets the sign for the 2-1 offering. Weiss, the right-handed hitter, awaits. Bentz misses in the turf. Three-1 hitters count for the shortstop. And the offering. And there for a called strike, runs it full. Full count, 2 away. Already 3 runs plated. All of them coming off the double from Parker Lester, who awaits at third base, 90 feet away from giving Miami a 4-0 lead. As Weiss fouls one back. We'll do it again.
Coop, one out.
Bentz comes set, gets the sign from Percival, and gets Weiss to miss on the off speed on the outside half. But not before 3 runs score, all on the back of a Parker Lester double. It's 3-0. We head to the top of the second here on Chatterbox Live. Three 0 our score here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. You're watching Love and Honor live on Chatterbox Sports. Maxey, 3 strikeouts in the top half of the first inning, looking to repeat that here in the second. He's going to face Bryce Mordecki, Vincenzo Castronova, and Nick Bergamoto. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Saints.
First to bat in the top of the second for Siena.
For the second time this series, Miami has had a lead in a game. They had a brief lead in game 1. 4-2 was the score before relinquishing it the next half inning. Maxey gets the sign and gets right to work. First pitch is fouled. So Mordecki's a new face to the lineup. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Mordecki, a 200 hitter. 2 hits and 10 at-bats on the young season. Finds himself in an 0-2 hole. The 1-2 doesn't find the strike zone, trying to work that outside half. Couldn't bring it all the way back. Maxey gets the sign from Novak, starts his windup. And the 2-2 misses upstairs. Runs it full. A 3-2. A strikeout. 4 outs, all of them via the K to begin this game for Zach Maxey. Now you'll see the left-handed hitting Vincenzo Castronova. Miami's defense aligns for the left-handed swinger.
Foul ball, right? Foul ball.
They said Castronova pulled back the bunt before the pitch cross plate. So 1-0 is our count. 1-0 swung on and missed. Down in the zone. Applewick and Weiss moved a few feet to their left, and this is bunted beautifully down the third base line for a base knock. Rylan Zaborowski got there, but you can't place that any better. So a bunt single gets the Saints their second base runner of the ball game and their first hit. First pitch here to Nick Bergamoto, and there for a called strike, 250 hitter. This is his fifth start on the season. Bergamoto, true freshman from Caldwell, New Jersey. Listed at 5'8", 183 pounds. No one's in there. Never mind, as it misses on the outside.
Hey, good pitch. Here we go.
Modest lead over at first base for Castronova, and he's running. The throw down to second is bobbled behind home plate. Novak couldn't get a grip of it, and Castronova takes second. So base hit and a stolen base. Gets a runner in scoring position for the Saints. Maxey tries to pick off Castronova. Applewick gets there in time, but the throw does not. Bergamoto awaits the 1-2. Novak gives the sign. Maxey gets the strikeout. 5 Ks for Maxey to begin this ball game. So now the starting left fielder, Gavin Thornburn, steps into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch swung on and missed, and Maxey's in front of another hitter. Here comes the 0-1. Novak couldn't bring that back, couldn't frame that back into the zone. Fastball misses. It's 1-1. Castronova's out at second base. Thorburn trying to be the first Saints hitter to put the ball in play without bunting it. 1-1 is swung on and missed, and Maxey's got his stuff tonight. He comes set. Foul tip strikeout. That is 6 outs and 6 Ks for Zach Maxey. He's feeling it. We head to the bottom half of the second here on Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports. 8-9-1 due up for the Miami Redhawks. It's 3-0 in the bottom half of the second. Sebastian Bentz out there for another inning of work. Miami looking to add on to their lead. David Novak, Christian Tejada, then Evan Applewick. Miami scored 3 runs on just 2 hits. Left a runner on base. Bentz working exclusively out of the stretch. First pitch to Novak. Misses outside. The 1-0 to Novak is hit to deep right center field. Camacho's underneath it, and he'll have it for the first out, but not before Novak sends it for a ride. Deep park here at McKee Field and put it all the way to the warning track. So now we'll see Christian Tejada. Started game 1 and hit in game 2. There he is starting in right field for the finale of this series. Misses low and inside. Tejada. .238 on the young season. Grad student here at Miami. 5'9", 175 pounds. Waits the 2-0 from Bentz. Had 4 at-bats yesterday. Failed to get a hit in those 4 trips to the plate. But worked some really nice at-bats. Refused to go down on strikes. There in game 1 had a 9-pitch at-bat that ended up in a walk. So the 3-0's in there for a called strike. It's 3-1. The 3-1 from Bentz to Tejada. And it's a 1-out walk. Third walk of the game already for Bentz. He struggled finding the zone. Every batter working deep counts. And they turn it over for Evan Applewick. Applewick walked, came around and scored on that 3-run double. And he takes the first pitch he sees for a called strike. Tejada. 1 attempted stolen base this year. Was unsuccessful. Miami as a team, 12 for 18. The 1-1 from Bentz. Tejada staying put. And this is set for a ride out to left field. Losing it. And of course he lost it because it's gone. Thornburn got to the warning track, looked up, and that thing already was gone. A missile for a 2-run home run. Evan Applewick's first big fly of the season. Makes it a 5-0 ball game. And that will do it for Sebastian Bentz. We'll have a new arm to tell you about when we come back. Five 0 our score here in the bottom half of the second. Close the book on Sebastian Bentz. He made it 1 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 5 runs, all earned on 3 hits, 1 being a big fly, 1 being a bases clearing double. Had 2 Ks and walked 3. New arm to tell you about, and that's Billy Rice, the sophomore out of California. 6 foot tall, 166 pounds. Went to the famous Mater Dei. So his 4th outing on the season. Last time he came out, completed 2/3 of an inning without giving up a run, but has given up 8 runs this year and just 3 2/3 innings pitched. So Rice will face 2, 3, and 4 of this Miami lineup, as he is certainly going to be asked to go several innings in relief work. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Chatterbox Sports. We thank you for tuning in. Be so kind, please hit that subscribe button. Like the stream, helps us grow. We'll be here all spring for Miami Redhawks baseball and softball. We invite you to look around our YouTube channel as well. We're not doing ball games. We are producing daily content.
Benji, come on out.
So Benji Broekman steps into the batter's box. Rice comes set. Broekman struck out his first time around and fouls it straight back, getting everyone in the press box jumping. Rice misses. A lot more lively of a fastball than Sebastian Bentz. Siena won both games yesterday. Miami trying to scrape one out here in the 3-game series. A 1-0 misses, bringing it to 2-1.
Benji, come on out.
We talked about Coach Hayden. He's in his 10th season. And the other dugout for the Saints, Tony Rossi. He's the longest tenured coach in Division I baseball history, and he's currently the longest tenured coach at any level of college sports. Started coaching for the Saints, got the job back in 1969. Has had it ever since. 936 wins under his belt. Full count here to Broekman. taken for ball 4. So Rice walks the first batter he sees. And now a face-off against Rylan Zaborowski. I mentioned Rossi's long career as the head coach of the Saints. Just to put in perspective, his salary his first year back in 1970 was $200. First pitch to Zaborowski, misses upstairs. Benji Brokman. He's got the glove on his left hand so he doesn't break his fingers when he's stealing bases and sliding into bags. It's becoming more and more popular. 2-0 here to the 3-hole. Brokman dancing around first base. Opts not to go. Rice blows a fastball by Zaborowski.
Coming out. No seat.
A 2-1. Brokman thought about it, opted not to go. Zaborowski comes up empty again. It's 2-2. Rylan got his first hit of the series his last time up. Flared one into left center field. Here comes the 2-2. Rice checks on the runner. Kicks. Back pick to check on Brokman. The throw from Percival not in time. Runs the count full. And now you wonder if Benji Brokman's going to go. Full count, one away. Good hitter at the plate. See what they do. Rice checks on. Pickoff attempt not in time. Livingston gives it back to Rice. Billy Rice from Southern California when a modern day. Long way from home when he's at Siena. Here comes the payoff pitch. Popped up into the sky. Livingston and Percival giving chase. Livingston reaches over the dugout for the second out. Barely stays in play. Livingston did a nice job finding the railing that led into the dugout. Put his hand there and found the ball in the sky once again.
Oh, Zach.
Zaborowski's out for the second out of the inning. So Zach McDonald steps up to the plate, and Brokman is going on the pitch. Popped up in the infield. Underneath it is Bergamoto, and he'll have it for the third and final out. No, 2 runs come across on the Evan Applewick home run. We head to the top half of the third. It's 5-0. Top half of the third here on Chatterbox Sports. 5-0 our score. We're at McKee Field at Hayden Park. Zach Maxey struck out 6 batters in the first 2 innings. He was also allowed a walk and a base knock. He'll see Louis Percival then back to the top half of the order.
The catcher, number 23, Louis Percival.
Percival started in game 2. And Maxey misses on the first pitch of the inning. Maxey over top, wind up, bounces a ball over to Zaborowski. He fields it cleanly and throws a dart over to Lester at first base for the first out of the inning. So for the first time, Siena Saint put the ball in play, and it's a ground out to the third baseman. Back to the top half of the order, Sean Camacho. Maxey, the 1-0 to Camacho. And there for a called strike. Went off speed on the 1-0. 1-1 is fouled, out of play. Mentioned a very nice crowd here at McKee. 1-2's in there for a called strike 3. 7 Ks for Maxey in the first 3 innings. And he's strutting around the mound because he's feeling it. So now Donovan Montgomery steps into the batter's box. Believe it or not, he struck out his first time around. As Maxey is dealing at this point in the ball game. 1-0. Swung on and missed. Tries for the heater at the top of the zone. Comes up empty. 1-1's in there for a called strike. 1-2. Montgomery went down looking his first time around. Kicks, deals.
Let's go now.
And Maxey was coming off the mound, getting ready to go back in the dugout. He thought he had strike 3. Instead, it's 2-2. And I don't blame him. 2-2 misses up and in. Runs it full. Now you can't walk a guy after coming off the mound thinking that you're out of the inning. The payoff pitch is ball 4.
Number 4, third baseman Aiden Stewart.
So Aiden Stewart steps in. The lefty walked his first time around. Donovan Montgomery takes his lead. Small lead off first base. Thought about going. Fakes the steal, and Aiden Stewart takes the first pitch for a called strike. Oh, 1's in there for a called strike 2. So Maxey has Aiden Stewart in an 0-2 hole. Check swing. They say he went. Novak gets through his legs. Overthrows Lester at first base down the right field line. Montgomery's being waved around third. He's headed home. And into third base is Aiden Stewart. So score that one, a strikeout and an E2. And now we'll see Matt Livingston. Maxey with his 8th strikeout of the game. And the Saints score their first run.
Livingston.
All right, here we go.
So a runner 90 feet away in the form of Aiden Stewart. And Matt Livingston steps in, swinging at the first pitch he sees. He falls behind 0-1. Maxey kicks, deals. Finds strike 2 and finds Livingston in a hole. And Maxey's just getting ahead of all these hitters and putting them down. Coming set. The 0-2. Change up low and away. We'll run it to 1-2. So Stewart at third base. Donovan Montgomery already scored on the inning. And Livingston goes down swinging. Novak clears a lane to throw over to Lester at first base. And that's 9 strikeouts through the first 3 innings for Zach Maxey. 1 run comes across after a walk and then a strikeout in air. It's 5-1. We're heading to the bottom half of the third here on Chatterbox Live. Parker Lester, Steven Krause, Cooper Weiss, 2 up for the Miami Redhawks. Scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. They're up 5-1 over the Siena Saints. Billy Rice back out there, right-handed pitcher. Will face off against the middle of this Redhawks lineup. Lester had that bases clearing double to left center field back in the first inning. See what he does on the encore. The 1-0. Hit well down the left field line, but it well out of play. Lester does a nice job at sending it the other way, other side of the field. Typically lefties like to pull the ball more often than not. Parker, he sprays the turf. Rice's sliders in there for a called strike. Came back towards the zone. 1-2 the count. 1-2 misses away. It's 2-2. Rice getting the sign from Louis Percival. Count runs full. Both games yesterday played in just 2.5 hours. We're here for game 3. Beautiful Sunday, 55 degrees in the first week of March. Can't ask for much better.
Hey, Park.
And Parker Lester begins this 3rd inning with a walk. Typically when these coaches, Coach Hayden or really any coach here in Ohio schedules these early March games, you do it almost half knowing that the game could get called due to weather. And we're not talking rain, we're talking cold and snow. Speaking of rain, Southwestern Ohio got like 4 inches of rain earlier in the week, but that's why you get turf. Don't have to worry about that. As Steven Krause swings. First pitch he sees. Krause grounded out to Aiden Stewart at third base, his first time around. Rice checks on Lester. 0-2, Krause falls behind. Parker Lester, leading stolen base guy for the Redhawks early in the year. Could also due to the fact that he's been on base the most. The 0-2. Fouled into the Siena dugout. Ricochets off the concrete. Luckily, no one got hurt. That's where you get scared when you're in that dugout. You gotta watch out. The 0-2. Krause doesn't offer. Leaves it in the dirt, though. You know he wanted to.
All right, Steven, come on out.
Rice. Once again, checking on Lester. Seen more pickoffs in this game than we did the doubleheader yesterday. Hit over to Aiden Stewart at third base, throws it to second. Bergamoto holds on to it. Two-hopper, double play just developed a little too slow. Aiden Stewart playing back behind the bag. Wasn't hit hard enough to really turn to. But they get the lead runner and Parker Lester at second for the first out. So score that, a fielder's choice, 5-4 put out. So now it's Cooper Weiss at the plate. He struck out swinging to conclude the first inning. And on the first pitch, Krause is up and moving. Fouled down the line, and I don't know how many times it's happened in this series where the base runners are up and moving, and Miami fouls one off. Rice comes set. Misses on the outside. We'll see if Krause is moving here on the 1-1. Be a good batter to potentially get a little hit and run action. Cooper Weiss, saw him send a couple to the backside of the field yesterday. One's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. The 1-2. Stung well, but foul. Almost puts it in Miami's own dugout. Slower pace of the game today. A lot to do with the runs, but just the time in between pitches, working a little slower, and this is stung to the second baseman, Bergamoto. Donovan Montgomery gets the feed, throws it over to Livingston. 4-6-3 double play. And that concludes the bottom half of the third. You're watching Love and Honor live here on Chatterbox Sports. Like that? McKee Field at Hayden Park for the third and final game of this series between the Miami Redhawks and the Siena Saints. Top half of the fourth inning, 5-1's our score. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Chatterbox Sports. 5-6-7 due up for the Saints. And Zach Maxey has it going for Miami. The first 9 outs, the first 3 innings, Maxey has struck out, 9 batters. Lone run for Siena coming off of a strikeout, then an error. Throw came down the right field line. And the only hit that Siena has is a bunt single back in the second inning. The 0-1 to Bryce Mordecki. Misses, bringing it to 1-1. Mordecki struck out his first time around. And he falls behind 1-2 here. One-two is fouled towards the Miami dugout. Barehanded, one of the assistant coaches. Here goes the 1-2, and that plunks Mordecki. So leadoff base runner for the Saints. A rare miss for Maxey in this one. So here's Vincenzo Castronova, who reached first on a bunt single his first time around. And Rylan Zaborowski is playing even with the pitcher's mound. Castronova shows the bunt with a left-handed swinger at the plate. Zaborowski is sacrificing depth on the field for not allowing Castronova to lay down a bunt. Can't imagine this being a sacrifice situation, as Miami has a 5-1 lead. Castronova showing bunt again, pulls it back, swings at the 1-1, brings it to a 1-2 count. One-two, swung on and missed. 10 Ks for Zach Maxey. Nick Bergamoto steps up to the plate. Chops one over to Lester at first base, throws it to second. The relay for the double play to Maxey, not in time. It's almost a 1-6 or a 3-6-1 double play. You don't see those every day, and it comes up just a hair short. Score that 3-6, fielder's choice. Now we'll see Gavin Thorburn. Thorburn hits one on the turf to Zaborowski. He throws it over to Lester, pulls him off the bag, but Lester finds it back. And back-to-back groundouts to conclude this fourth inning. It's 5-1 here at McKee Field. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Billy Rice out there for the Saints. 8-9-1, 2 up for the Miami Redhawks. Game 3 between Siena and Miami. Zach Maxey with 10 Ks for the Redhawks through 4 innings pitched. See David Novak.
Say, David, come on out.
So Novak flew out, sent one for a ride against the warning track. He did flew out his first time around. And that nicks his jersey right off the hip. First pitch in the inning for Rice. Hit by pitch, starting just like the top half. So now Christian Tejada steps up. First pitch here from Rice. Tejada showing bunt. Pulls it back, but it's a called strike. The 0-1 for Rice. Misses outside. So I was curious, looking around on the Miami record book. Maxey, 10 Ks through 4 innings, just to see what the single game record for strikeouts is. It is 26. It's not going to happen anytime soon. The 1-1 misses, breaking ball. Yeah, back in 1971, Buddy Schultz struck out 26 batters. So that record is 52 years old. 2-2 on the foul, straight back. A 2-2 offering.
What?
Foul Fouled straight back. So over at first base is Novak. He's got the sliding glove on. The 2-2 offering to Christian Tejada. In there for a called strike 3. They'll turn the lineup over. It's Evan Applewick. He sent a missile, a line drive right over the left field wall his last time up. He scored twice on the day, 2 RBIs, both coming on that home run. He walked his first time around. So Novak's over at first base. Rice comes set. The first pitch to Applewick will be have to wait.
Say that, come on out.
This is Applewick's first time facing Rice. As that home run was the final batter that Sebastian Bentz, the starting pitcher for the Saints, saw. One on, one out, 1-0's our count. Runners up and moving. Applewick pops one up into center field. Camacho's underneath it. Camped for the second out. Novak, who is running on the pitch, retreats back to first base, and now we'll see Benji Brokman.
Designated hitter, Benji Rapien.
Come on, Ben.
2 outs. Benji, a strikeout and a walk on the ledger thus far. See if Novak is up and running here with 2 outs and Miami near the heart of their order. See if they want to gamble, sending Novak in motion, try to get a runner in scoring position, knowing that even if he gets thrown out, you have your best hitters coming up next inning. The 1-0. Misses away. Rice falling behind the 2-hole, the designated hitter. Brokman checks on Novak. We'll be back live on Wednesday as the softball team gets their home opener. Benji Brokman sends this for a ride out to deep left center field. It has a chance as it rattles off the wall. Camacho gets it on the ricochet. Novak rounds third. He scores. Benji Brokman just short of a 2-run home run, but he'll trade it for a 1-run double. 6-1 our score out here at McKee Field. So now we'll see Rylan Zaborowski.
All right, going out.
A third baseman, a single, and a pop out to this point in the game. The check swing bounces down the first base line, but it will be killed dead. Zaborowski's last time up hit a pop-up over in foul territory. Matt Livingston made a very nice play along the first base line. First base dugout, rather. Miami with a lot of speed out at second base, so a single should score a run. Zaborowski thought about offering at that slider, checks his swing, brings it back in time. Here comes the 1-1. Hit well out to deep center field. Camacho looks up. 6 home runs for Zaborowski. He loved that pitch, and he didn't honor that ball as he makes it an 8-1 ball game. His 3rd home run of the week. He had 2 on Wednesday down in Clifton.
Come on out.
And the bats are out here today. Zach McDonald steps in. That ball went clear over the 400 sign to dead center. They're worried about our equipment out there. McDonald came around and scored his first time. Popped up to second base. The count to the starting center fielder. Called strike to McDonald. Nice count here for the right-handed swinger. Rice came in all the way back in the 2nd inning. First inning, he's had some problems, and McDonald's going to be awarded first base on the hit by pitch. He made sure to let the umpire know that there was no hard feelings between him and Billy Rice. So now we'll see Parker Lester. 3 RBI double back in the 1st inning, and he walked his last trip to the plate. Here's the 0-0, and Lester takes it for a called strike 1.
Go, Pete. Stay, Parker. Come on out.
So 2 bean batters in the inning for Billy Rice. A double that rattled off the middle of that center field wall. Then 1 batter let Rylan Zaborowski sit one for a ride. So a tough inning for the Saints. And they have pitcher up and running, up and working. McDonald swipes second base. Louis Percival throwing from his knees. Throw doesn't get there in time. So now McDonald's in scoring position on the stolen base. Lester looking to get a 4th RBI of the game. Showing bunt. Takes the 1-1 for a called strike. The 1-2 here to the left-handed hitting.
Take one out.
First baseman. Two and two's the count. Lester thought about the pitch on the outside. Wisely laid off. The count is ran full. And from 1-2 to a walk, Parker Lester works a nice at-bat. Runners on first and second for Steven Krause. And they're going to go out there and talk to Billy Rice. Marty has given up 3 runs this inning, and it looks like that's going to be it. 8-1 our score. We'll step aside, and we'll have a new arm to tell you about when we come back. You're watching Love and Honor Live here on Chatterbox Sports. Eight-1 our score here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Third arm for Siena today. Alistair Morin will be relieving Billy Rice. This will be Morin's 4th appearance on the year. 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 6 earned runs. Struck out 5 batters. So Billy Rice's day is concluded. Though you can't close the book on him yet, still responsible for 2 runners out there. Made it 2 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up 3 runs. Responsible for all 3, though he could be responsible for 2 more if Miami can bring those 2 runners in. So we got some stats on that home run from Rylan Zaborowski. 105 miles off the bat, and the first pitch to Steven Krause plunks him in the shoulder and to load the bases. That ball from Zaborowski traveled 427 feet. Second home run of the day. Evan Applewick's home run back in the 2nd inning traveled 371. So Alistair Morin has the bases loaded for Cooper Weiss, and he hits one out to left field. Gavin Thornburn right at him, as he'll have that for the 3rd and final out. So they threaten for more, but they get 3 runs thanks to the big fly from the big fella. It's 8-1. We head to the top half of the 5th here at McKee Field. One our score here. Hayden Park, McKee Field, the venue for this 3rd and final game of the series between Siena and Miami. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Chatterbox Sports. Zach Maxey out for another inning of work. 10 Ks already on the ledger, and he's got plenty of run supports. to look to keep adding on that strikeout total. So we thank you all for joining us here. Watching on. Please hit that like button. 100 plus 100 people in the chat. Feel free to comment, like the message. We mentioned we do a lot of daily content here at Chatterbox Sports, so look around our channel. Due up for Siena, Louis Percival in the top half of the order. One O's in the dirt. Brings it to 2-0. Monday through Friday, 10 to 12, 10 a.m. to noon. You can get on this same YouTube channel and watch Thom Brennaman
All right, here we go.
on Off the Bench. Daily sports talk show. We invite you to that. 3-0 the count here to Louis Percival. Called strike. Percival taking all the way.
Zachary.
And Maxey walks the first
There we
batter
go.
of the inning. Long inning in the dugout for Maxey.
Center fielder, John Camacho.
So now we'll see Camacho. 2 strikeouts on the day already. First pitch, Louis Percival's up and running. The throw from Novak not in time. Too high on the throw. And the catcher swipes a bag on the opposing catcher. Catcher on catcher crime right there. Let's put a runner on second base for Camacho. He bounces one foul towards the first base coach's box. Oh, into the count. Chopped over towards Evan Applewick. He moves to his left, closer to first base, flips it over to Parker Lester for the first out. Louis Percival moves to third base on the ground ball to the right side of the field.
The shortstop, Donovan Montgomery.
So a 4-3 put out, and now we'll see Donovan Montgomery. He walked, came around, and scored on the strikeout in air. First pitch to Montgomery. He's hit in the air, skied, but out of play. Miami will be back in action here on Chatterbox Sports. The baseball team will be next weekend. Conference home opener. Invite you to join us for that one as well. Oh, and to the count. The 0-2 gets past Novak. And sliding in for the second run of the ball game is Louis Percival. So Percival walked, stole second, got to third on the ground ball, and scored on the pass ball. It's old school baseball right there. So Siena now has 2 runs, no RBIs, no one's hit them in, and an air and a pass ball. One-two offering from Maxey. Gets the sign from Novak. Montgomery fouls it towards the Redhawks dugout. We'll do it again. And Montgomery goes down for the 11th strikeout of the game for Maxey.
Siena third baseman, Hayden Stewart.
He struck out 10 of the first 12 batters he's seen. Or rather, 10 of the first 12 outs he saw. And he gets a strikeout here for the second out in the fifth. 0-1 to Stewart. He takes the 0-1. The 1-1. Fouled over third base dugout. The 1-2. Stewart takes it on the outside. Didn't come back into the zone. Zach Maxey looking for strikeouts. Number 12. Ran it all the way full. Here goes the payoff pitch. Dane Stewart, ball 4, will get past Novak. Second walk of the inning. Fourth walk of the game for Maxey. And they'll have a talk with the starting pitcher. Early in the year, you don't want to extend these arms too long. And also when you got a comfortable lead, you like to see some other arms get in the game just to see what you got. And there is a lefty warming up in Miami's bullpen. So Maxey will stay in. Runner on first here as Matt Livingston steps in to the batter's box. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. He struck out on a ball in the turf. Chasing after the breaking ball. We'll see if Stewart's up and running. First pitch. And Stewart is going. Novak throw out to Weiss. Gets past the shortstop Weiss and into center field. McDonald right there gets in time. So Siena's had success on the base paths, testing both Drew Novak and Tommy Harrison. The 0-1. Bounce into center field for a base knock. Livingston will bring home a run. It's 8-3 with that CNI single. So another example of just old school baseball. The walk, stolen base to get in scoring position. The base knock from the cleanup hitter. And he's got an RBI single in all 3 games this series. Bryce Mordecki, 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout. He's also hit by a pitch his last time up there. Siena getting 2 runs in this top half of the 5th inning. Mordecki falls into a well. It's 0-2. O2's in the turf, trying to get Mordecki to chase. He doesn't offer. Vincenzo Castronova on deck. Siena trying to chip back into this game. The 1-2 is sent into deep center field. Zach McDonald backtracking. He'll camp before the warning track, and he'll have it for the 3rd and final outs. 2-run score on 1 base knock. It's 8-3 here at Hayden Park. Novak, Christian Tejada, then Evan Applewick at the top half of the order. 8-3 our score. McKee Field at Hayden Park. I'm Reed Mouser watching Love and Honor Live here on Chatterbox Sports. Third and final game between Siena and Miami. Alistair Morin back on the mound for the Saints. Third pitcher used by Siena in this one. David Novak steps into the batter's box. He came around and scored on the Benji Brokman double. Was hit by a pitch his last time, and again, catcher's taking a beating out there. So now we'll see Christian Tejada. So it looks like David Novak's going to get a pinch runner. Trying to see who is replacing David Novak. It's Billy Kopicki, the senior from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Great Little League up there at Grosse Pointe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pitching runner at first base is number 2.
We're also going to see a pinch hitter for Christian Tejada. And it's Nate Stone. We saw Nate Stone start game 2 yesterday. Didn't fare well at the plate. Trying to reverse that here today. The 1-0. Stone takes it. And now they're going to go check on Alistair Morin. It's an expedited pace out there for Morin. And they'll take the ball. So we're going to step aside, and we'll have a new arm to tell you back when we come back. Matt Kahn takes the rubber for Siena. His 4th time out there. He's thrown 4 innings this season, giving up only 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. The junior from Bronson, New York. He relieves Alistair Morin. Morin just got 1 out in his work. Came in relief last inning. Hit 2 guys. Did get 1 out. So we'll see Matt Kahn now. He'll face off against the top half. Nate Stone, then the top of this Miami order. Stone has a 2-0 count. Never a relief pitcher. You don't like coming in mid-inning. You certainly don't like coming mid-at-bat. So we'll see what Kahn can do. Mark it back in his favor. So I mentioned Nate Stone yesterday. Stone was one of those players that was an everyday player 2 seasons ago. Batted .271 back in 2021. 6 big flies. Was hurt in the first series last year. Coming off an injury. Just 1 hit
One out.
and 13 at-bats this year. So still trying to find his sea legs. So Stone has a 2-0 against Matt Kahn.
Attaboy.
And that gets by Louis Percival. Pinch runner takes second base with ease. Putting a runner in scoring position with nobody away. And Billy Kopicki is the pinch runner for Miami. .3-0 for Stone. Gotta imagine the red light is on.
Boy.
Didn't matter. This is up and in. Hit by pitch and walk starts things here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Evan Applewick. Flew out to center field his last time around. Scored twice in this ball game. 371-foot home run all the way back in the 2nd inning. That thing was a laser. The 0-1. Misses on the outside half. Applewick leadoff batter in game 2 and now game 3. Has found the barrel more than once. Both runners up and moving on the 1-1, and once again, Miami fouls the ball off when the runners are trying to swipe bags. I don't think they're true hit and runs. The 1-2 here to Applewick. Kahn comes set, kicks, deals, breaking ball. Gets Applewick to wave at it for the first out. So now we'll see Benji Broekman, who was just mere feet away from having a home run his last time up. One on the middle of the fence out there in center field.
Going out.
Kahn comes set, gets the sign from Percival. Blows it by Broekman. Broekman typically late on the fastballs early in the count. At least this weekend he has been. Still has put together a nice weekend at the plate. 0-1 the count. Fastball up and away. Turf in its 6th year here at McKee Field, and mentioned it yesterday. I'll say it again. Not too many more beautiful facilities in the area than this one right here. Between the colleges and high schools in southwestern Ohio, truly blessed with the ballparks that you have, and McKee Field is a gem amongst them. The 2-1. Check it on Kopicki out there at second base before delivering the 2-1, which is fouled straight back, bringing the count to 2-2. Runners on first and second, one away here for Broekman. Fouled straight back, refusing to go down. The 2-2.
Attaboy.
Runs it full. Didn't miss by a whole lot. And we'll see if the runners are up and moving. We saw a double steal earlier this at-bat. Bases juiced. Can't imagine it with Rylan Zaborowski on deck. Here may stay put, and Brennaman keeps the at-bat going. Long at-bat for the designated hitter. Ball 4 just misses on the outside. And the bases are juiced for the biggest bat in this lineup. So Rylan Zaborowski steps up to the plate just last inning. Sent a ball 427 feet over the center field wall for his 6th big fly of the year. And he can put an exclamation point on this game if he finds a gap or puts another over the wall. Kahn gets ahead. Fastball on the outside. Called strike. Zaborowski awaits the 0-1. Infield. Double play depth with Matt Livingston playing in front of Benji Brennaman over at first base. Playing with his toes on the grass-colored turf.
All right, come on out.
The 0-2. Swung on, tipped, and that'll be the second out. Zaborowski comes up
Tracy, come on out.
empty on the 0-2 swing. So now Zach McDonald take a stab with the bases juiced. Seen a lefty get loose in Miami's bullpen.
Attaboy.
Kopecky at third. Brennaman at first. And Nate Stone out at second base. Bottom half of the order did their job getting on base for the top half. Now it's up to Miami to bring him in. And McDonald's the final piece. Get some runs scratched across.
Come on out.
Chopped over towards the third baseman, Aiden Stewart. He'll glove it, step on third himself for the force out. And they get the bases juiced for the 3-4 hole, but no runs come across. We head to the top half of the 6th. It's 8-3. close the book on Zach Maxey, a new arm out there, a southpaw for Miami in this 8-3 ball game. Nick Vardavis will come in relief. We're on him in a second. Zach Maxey finishes 5 innings pitched, 3 runs given up, only 2 of them earned. 11 strikeouts for the starting pitcher in his home debut this season. So now Nick Vardavis. This will be his 4th appearance on the year. Has pitched against Indiana, North Alabama, and University of Cincinnati this week. Vardavis, in 4 2/3 innings pitched, has given up 8 runs, all of them earned, and has struck out 6. So Maxey will leave in line for the win. He gave up just 2 hits. Walked where the cause of the runs. So now we'll see Vincenzo Castronova here in the top half of the 6. 6, 7, 8 due up in the first pitch. Castronova sees from Vardavis is sent in the 4-hole between the outreach glove of Applewick and Lester. So 1 pitch and a base knock for the Saints. So Vardavis gets a ground ball, just well placed.
What?
And now Nick Bergamoto will step into the batter's box. Bergamoto waving his bat in the right-handed batter's box as Vardavis short hops Lester. Lester turns into a hockey goalie over there. Keep it in front of him. Vardavis looking for another ground ball to turn 2. Castronova has some speed, so we'll see if Siena sends him moving. They've had success on the base paths today. Castronova being one of them, already a stolen base on the ledger, but with a left-hander on the mound. See if they try something else. Back behind the dish is Tommy Harrison. Freshman checks in after Novak got beamed for the 2nd time. 2-1 misses low and in.
Come on, Marty, come out.
So 3-1. The count from Vardavis to Bergamoto. Hit towards the right field line, but it's tailing out of play. And the count will run full. So Siena has 3 hits through the midpoint of this ball game. 2 of them are from Vincenzo Castronova. And that CNI single he just had and that bunt single all the way back in the 2nd inning. Vincenzo's up and running. This ball is fouled over the first base dugout. Vardavis sends it over to Zaborowski. He dives, hits off the heel of his glove and in front of him. So another base runner here for Siena, and they've got something cooking in the top half of the 6th. Miami stormed out to an 8-1 lead, and now the Saints are trying to chip at it. So officially they gave that a single, and I agree with the official scorekeeper. Tough play for Zaborowski. Gavin Thorburn steps up to the plate. Thorburn 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. So Vardavis the first two batters he's faced have seen just well-placed ground balls. On a line out to the center fielder, McDonald, right at him. Neither runner tags, and that'll be the first out of the 6th inning. So now we'll see Louis Percival.
Catcher, Louis Percival.
Percival came around and scored last inning. Got the inning going with a walk. Takes the first pitch for a called ball. 2 on, 1 away. Top half of the order due on deck. Here comes the 1-0 from Vardavis to Percival. Percival, true freshman, starting catcher from Sterling, New York. Takes the 1-1 for a called strike. Vardavis looking for a big strikeout here. Tries the bender, doesn't come quite back to the strike zone. Two. Stung out to right center field. Underneath it is going to be Christian Tejada. Nate Stone, rather, who came into the game for Christian Tejada. And Siena retreats back to first and second base. They thought they had an extra base hit, just hung up too long for Nate Stone. So 2 CNI singles. 2 lineouts for Siena. They'll have 2 on and 2 away for their leadoff man, Sean Camacho. Camacho 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Looking to scratch a couple runs across. Lefty-lefty matchup. And Vardavis falls behind 2-0. A 2-0. Fastball at the top part. Comes up empty, Camacho does. Here comes the 2-1. Fouled over the third base dugout. Twos all around. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2's the count. Vardavis goes off speed. Camacho sticking around. Another arm getting loose up in Miami's bullpen. Vardavis checks on the runner at second base. Inside turn. So the inside turn results in a pickoff attempt. Vardavis got rid of it. And here's the 2-2. Freezes Camacho on the curveball. Gets the strikeout and tiptoes out of trouble. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. You're watching Love and Honor live here on Chatterbox Sports. Reed Mouse on the call here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. 8-3 our score. Bottom of the 6th inning. 5, 6, 7, 2 up for the Redhawks. Matt Kahn out there again. 4th pitcher in this game for Siena. Got the Saints out of trouble. Trying to hang a 0 on the board as they're going to keep trying to chip away at the 5-run deficit as Miami looks to add on. Miami brought the throwbacks out today. The cream jerseys, doing them justice thus far. Looking to avoid a sweep and get their 2nd win of the season. Kahn comes set. Parker Lester up at the plate. He got this slugfest going all the way back in the 1st inning. 3-run double. Since then, Miami has pieced together a couple big flies to get their other 5 runs. Lester pops it sky high out to left field. Thorburn moves to his left and has it for the 1st out. For just the 2nd time today, Siena gets the 1st man up out. Constantly working behind, and Miami's continuously been putting pressure on Siena. Last inning, the middle of their order came up with the bases juice, and Matt Kahn got out of trouble. So Brian Zapp hitting in place of Steven Krause. Zapp started in both games yesterday. Zapp, 2nd on the team in hitting, 348. 8 hits and 23 at-bats.
Come on, Zeke, come on out.
2 home runs already for him. The 1-0. And there for a called strike. The 1-1 is a fastball. Misses upstairs. Dimensions at this park. Brought it up in the broadcast history. This is a big field. 332 down the left field line. 343 for lefties down the right field line. 400 in dead center. 376 and 384 in the left and right center field gaps. Safe to say you've got to get a hold of it here. And Miami's done it on 3 different occasions in this series. Evan Applewick, Rylan Zaborowski today, and Zach McDonald in game 1. Counts full to Zapp. Zapp with an OPS over 1. Currently slugging .652. And he walks in his pinch hit attempt. So now the shortstop, Cooper Weiss, steps in.
Cooper Weiss.
Weiss an 0 for 3. Grounded into a double play earlier in this ball game. And Zapp's going to go on the wild pitch. Kahn missed in the turf. Percival couldn't keep it in front of him. And Miami once again has a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Zapp up and moving, trying to steal third. He has it. So Zap takes second on the wild pitch. The very next pitch swipes third. And the Saints infield will come in to make the play. Montgomery and Bergamoto playing with their heels on the grass cut out of the turf. Weiss looking to scratch across a run to erase his 0 for 3 today. Two 2-1 here to Cooper Weiss. Gonna check to see if he went. First base umpire said yes, he did. So 2-2.
See Coop going out.
2-2 count to Cooper Weiss. Kahn, breaking ball, misses upstairs, run it full. Freshman Tommy Harrison on deck. The 3-2. In there for a called strike, Cooper Weiss. Frozen.
Come on, Tommy, come on out.
And now the freshman, Tommy Harrison, will look to get the run in from third base and 2 away. So Tommy Harrison, who replaced David Novak behind the dish after Novak took his second hit by pitch, falls behind 0-1. Harrison played in both games yesterday, started in one, pinched hit in another. Attempt to get his second hit of the series. Had a ground rule double yesterday. He's finding himself in the hole, 0-2.
See Tommy, come on out.
0-2, 2 away. Zap just 90 feet away, representing the 9th run for the Redhawks. Infield playing back, shifted slightly towards right field with the left-handed hitter up. The 1-2. Kahn comes set, kicks, deals, breaking ball. Harrison squibs one out to shallow center field. Donovan Montgomery reaches back to make the play. The shortstop will have it for the third out. It's 8-3. We head to the top of the 7th here at McKee Field. Nick Vardavas out there again for Miami. It's the top of the 7th. They're 9 outs away from getting their first win at home this season. 2-3-4 due up for the Saints. Donovan Montgomery, Hayden Stewart, Matt Livingston. I'm Reed Mouse here watching Chatterbox Sports. Thank you for joining us here. It's Love and Honor Live. We'll be back Wednesday to cover the softball team as they play the Butler Bulldogs. 5 p.m. is first pitch is when it's slated. Then we'll be back on the diamond, the baseball diamond that is, for a 3-game series next weekend. If you have not done so already, please subscribe, like the channel. Comment what you think of the broadcast. Artevis finds the strike zone to Donovan Montgomery. It's 0-1. Fouled straight back. Montgomery finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Montgomery has struck out twice. Today came around and scored way back in the 3rd inning. The 0-2, Vardavis tried to get Donovan Montgomery to chase. No dice. Montgomery has batted 2. Played 3 different positions this series. He's played second, shortstop, and in the outfield. Vardavis wanted home plate umpire to pull the trigger. The 2-2. Misses upstairs, runs it full. Montgomery has yet to put the ball in play today. 2 Ks and a walk. Here's the 3-2, fouled. Off the face mask of Tommy Harrison. Here we go again. Line shot down the left field line, but it goes just foul. So they had Montgomery out in front of a pitch. See if he goes with some off speed here on the 3-2. Or speeds him up. Montgomery sends one to right center field. McDonald calling off the right fielder. He'll have it for the first out. Great communication out there between McDonald and Stone. Now we'll see Aiden Stewart. 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Has reached base every time he's been to the plate today. That strikeout was, of course, the one that led to an error by the catcher. Thrown into right field. 1-0's the count. Up and in.
All right, going out.
Vardavis comes set. Called strike there. Stewart trying to lean his hip in. Not so much to get hit, but just to shrink that zone ever so slightly. The 2-1. Hit right back where it came from. Cooper Weiss fields it behind the second base bag. Throws it over to Lester. Lester stretches out for the second out. He contacted the first 2 batters, and Vardavis now faces the cleanup hitting Matt Livingston. Livingston takes the first pitch for a called strike. So Vardavis comes back. Shifting on the left-handed hitting Livingston. First time they can really shift on him this series, as oftentimes there's been Aiden Stewart on base or Donovan Montgomery. But Rylan Zaborowski's playing pretty much at shortstop. Cooper Weiss playing
So Marty,
on the right side of the infielder. And he got Applewick playing in shallow right field. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball. Livingston doesn't offer, just misses off the plate. The 1-2. Vardavis kicks, deals. Livingston offers, and the turf. Harrison gobbles it up in front of home plate, throws it over to Lester for the third out. It's stretch time here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. 8-3 our score. We'll be right back. Stone in the top of the order here in the bottom half of the seventh, and a new arm to tell you about as Matt Kahn is being relieved. It's Kyle Lev. Kyle Lev, a senior from Canada. The 6'7", yes, you read that right, 6'7", 213-pound right-handed pitcher. This will be his third time out this year. He's thrown 2 2/3 innings, only given up 1 earned run. Struck out 2 in the process. Nate Stone in the top half of the order will face off against Lev. Let's take you back how we got to this point. Miami scored 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second to take a 5-0 lead. Then Siena got on the board. Then back in the 4th inning, Rylan Zaborowski with a 2-run shot added on as Miami scores 3 runs, a crooked number in that 4th inning, to make it 8-1. Siena answers back, and we've had 0 since then. 8-3 our score. Lev's first pitch to the 9-hole hitter, Nate Stone, in there for a called strike. The 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Lev's a senior. Mentioned he's from Canada. With respect from the city he's from, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. A lot of vowels. Nate Stone goes down swinging. So now it's Evan Applewick. Applewick, home run back in the 2nd inning, has struck out and flown out since then. Called strike to Applewick. Lev's having a little bit of trouble with the relaying of signs. I think he crossed up Percival on that previous pitch, and Applewick sends a missile down to left field. Thorburn does a nice job cutting it off before it gets by him for extra bases. So Applewick's going to have to stay put at first base. And now we'll see Benji Brokman. Benji on the day. Had a double and came around and scored back in the 4th inning. Came up just shy of the big fly. Has walked twice and struck out as well. Shows bunt on the first pitch. Offers at it, comes up empty. Stone waiting on Lev to deliver the strike. Stone on the year as a base runner. Has tried one time to steal, was unsuccessful. Broekman facing an 0-2 count. Lev comes set, getting the sign from Percival. Slider works away from the batter Broekman. And in the turf, Percival does a nice job keeping it in front of him. The 1-2 to Broekman. Base hit to right field. Stone taking a big turn around second, but he'll stay right there. Benji with his second hit of the day. And puts runners on first and second for Rylan Zaborowski. A chance to put some nails in the proverbial coffin with an extra base hit here. Lev. As this one is sent for a ride out to deep left center field. Camacho's underneath it. And he'll have it for the second out. Zaborowski just missed the barrel there. Sends it to the deepest part of the park. Looking for his second home run of the night, but doesn't get it. So it's Zach McDonald stepping into the batter's box. And Lev isn't missing many barrels right now. It's the first 3 batters of this Redhawks lineup has gone single, single, and just short of a big fly. Zach McDonald grounded out to the third baseman his last time up. This ball is in the turf. Percival keeps it out in front of him, but Stone didn't get a good read on the pitch. Staying put at second. McDonald pops one up in foul territory. Livingston trying to find the fence, and he cannot find the ball as it just drifts beyond his glove. Second time Livingston has gone along the fence line to try and make the play. This time just lost sight of the ball in the process. Just kept drifting on him. The 2-1 to McDonald as he's given another life. See what he can do with it. Another pop-up. This one goes out of play. And it's 2-2. The 2-2 to McDonald. Broekman on first. Applewick on second. Two, 2 on, 2 away. Siena has another arm getting loose in the bullpen just in case. And McDonald's working in at bat. Four straight foul balls. Just spoiling every pitch that Kyle Lev has. Here we go again. Once more at 2-2, and McDonald whiffs at the slider from Kyle Lev. So they have 2 singles, nothing to show for it. 8-3 our score. We head to the 8th. You're watching Love and Honor Live here on Chatterbox Sports. To the top of the 8th we go here at McKeith Field at Hayden Park. You're watching Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports. I'm Reed Mouse. New arm to tell you about. Nick Vardavis's day is completed, and now you'll see Marty Sosna. This will be his 5th appearance on the season, a 2.16 ERA. He'll be in charge of hanging another 0 here in the 8th inning. He'll be facing the 5, 6, 7 of Siena's lineup. Bryce Mordecki, Vincenzo Castronova, and Nick Bergamoto. So Nick Vardavis, 2 innings pitched. No runs given up. Gave up 2 hits in the process. And a couple Ks to show for it. Sosna through 8 and 1 innings pitched, and a 3rd innings pitched. 9 Ks. Sosna's first pitch, and there for a called strike on Mordecki. Sosna, a junior out of Chicago. Went to Fenwick High School, Bishop Fenwick High School in Chicago. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Mordecki goes down on strikes once again. Vincenzo Castronova steps to the box. Out of the 4 hits that Siena has, 2 of them have come off the bat of Vincenzo. And make it number 3 for Vincenzo. Have a day at the plate as this rattles off the top of the wall. He'll stop at second base. Put it just to the left of the 384 sign out in right center field. A bunt single, a CNI single, and now a ripped double.
Nick Bergamoto.
So now Nick Bergamoto will step in. Yet another one of the Saints' base hits. Single his last time he came up to the plate. Sosna.
Hey, good pitch. Here we go.
A power right-handed pitcher. A lot of movement on his breaking pitches. Missed right there to Bergamoto. The 1-0. And there for a called strike. A 2-1 now to Bergamoto. Bergamoto awaits Sosna. Chops it over to Cooper Weiss. He fully extends for it. Comes up empty. It gets out into left field. Zapp will throw it in. Put runners on the corners for Gavin Thorburn. Siena refusing to go down easy, putting pressure on the Redhawks seemingly each of the last 3 innings.
Come on, Marty, come on out. Come on, Marty.
Thorburn, he's 0 for 3. He put one on the screws his last time up, lining out to center field. He takes the first pitch, a breaking ball, for a called strike. Thorburn gets the sign from Harrison. Oh, 0-2 now the count. Sosna and Harrison working quickly in this battery. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Thorburn goes down swinging. So now the 9 hole for the Saints lineup, Louis Percival. Walked, came around, and scored back in that 5th inning. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Sosna trying to get out of danger here, unscathed. Gets a swing and a miss on the 0-1, bringing it to 0-2. And now Sosna, after giving up back-to-back singles, or back-to-back base knocks, rather, 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. He doesn't get it there. Missing on the outside. Castronova on third. Bergamoto on first. Sosna gets the foul tip, strikeout, and makes quick work of the 8-9 hitter. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. Miami's going to look to get some insurance runs. They're up 8-3. The bottom of the 8th here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. You're watching Chatterbox Sports Production. 8-3. 5, 6, 7, 2 up for the Miami Redhawks. I'm Reed Mounts. If you're new to Chatterbox Sports, we invite you to look around our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like the broadcast. Helps our channel grow. If you're a sports fan, I'm sure we'll have something for you underneath our umbrella. Mondays through Friday from 10 to noon. Thom Brennaman has his sports talk show on our channel. Off the bench. Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 12 to 1. We have box lunch, round table sports discussion show. And on Tuesday and Thursday, if you're into sports gambling, we have Not Too Picky. Also on our podcast, if you're a Reds fan, we have the 10th biggest baseball podcast on Apple. Chatterbox Reds, hosted by Nick Kirby. That is a daily show, so you can get everything you need to know about the Cincinnati Reds in a small fix. And if you're a college basketball fan, we've got the Rebound Rundown. That comes to you every morning, Monday through Friday, in short segments, hosted by Paul Fritchner. Parker Lester at the plate. He falls into an 0-2. We got a new arm to tell you about from Siena. It's the right-handed pitcher, Noah Weiserek, the sophomore from New York. Lester chops it out to the second baseman, Bergamoto. He throws a one-hopper over to Livingston. He fields it cleanly for the first out. Miami looking to get some insurance. Steven Krause, or rather Brian Zapp, steps up to the plate. Zapp came in for Krause back to pinch hit in the 6th inning. Walked. Got the second on a wild pitch. His last time. The pitch to Zapp. Doesn't find the zone. This is Weiserek's 4th appearance on the season. He's given up 5 earned runs and 3 innings of work. Just 2 strikeouts. Pitched against University of Central Florida, Jacksonville, and Stetson. So he had the full Florida gamut. As he falls behind 3-0 to Zapp. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Zapp comes in off the bench and reaches base twice in his 2 plate appearances. Now we'll see Cooper Weiss. Cooper Weiss had a day to forget at the plate. 0 for 4, grounded into a double play, has struck out twice. Has left a lot of base runners on. Looking to find that barrel once before this series concludes. Chops one over towards Coach Hayden. Here comes the 0-1. Zapp trying to time that delivery. Weiserek comes set. Percival awaiting the pitch. Behind the dish. Weiss awaiting it at the plate. Foul tip. Got a piece of the umpire. Said he's all good. Brushed it off. We'll do it here at 0-2. Sun shining on this beautiful Sunday. But you can see the shade of the press box starting to creep in. And Weiss takes the 0-2 on the outside. Just missed. Weiserek delivers, trying to steal second, and does it with ease as Brian Zapp. Nice throw from Percival. Just a little late on the transfer. So now Weiss at the plate with a runner in scoring position. The 2-2. Zapp's going again, stealing third, and he'll have it. Weiss takes the 2-2 for ball 3. So Zapp steals second, steals third on consecutive pitches. And now Weiss can send Zapp home if he can put the ball in play. Siena's infield will come in. Montgomery, Bergamoto with their heels on the grass cutout. Livingston and Stewart at normal depth. Maybe a step or 2 in. Check swing from Cooper Weiss. We'll do it again. Weiserek gets Weiss to pop up, but out of play. Weiss putting a good at bat together. We mentioned struggling at the plate today. If you can find a barrel, it'll all be forgotten. Trying to erase it 0 for 4. Weiss sends one high and deep out to left field. And go to the left field tavern, because that one's gone. Talk about erasing an offer, as it's a round tripper for the starting shortstop. He makes it a 10-3 ball game. The third home run of the ball game for Miami. And the middle infield has gotten in both Applewick and Weiss with the round tripper. So the freshman Tommy Harrison will step up to the plate. One away.
Tommy, come on out. Come on, Tommy.
And Harrison sends one out to right center field. But Castronova was right there. Harrison finding a barrel once again. Put some nice swings on the ball this weekend. Doesn't have a lot to show for it, though. So Nate Stone, the right fielder, who came midway in this game for Christian Tejada, steps in. Stone chops one in foul territory. It's walked in, struck out. So Miami gets some much-needed insurance runs, making it a 7-run ball game. Weiserek delivering it to Stone. Half-hearted swing. Weiserek covering first base for Livingston. The flip on over for the third out. The Redhawks are 3 outs away from escaping a sweep and winning their first game at home this season. Stay tuned. You're watching Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports. Three outs away from a Love and Honor win. We're at McKee Field at Hayden Park. The Redhawks up 10-3. A new arm to tell you about for the Redhawks. Patrick Mastrian, the fourth. Another captain trying to close this game out. This will be his fourth appearance on the season. 12.6 ERA. He's given up 7 earned runs in 5 innings pitched. Has struck out 9 in 5 innings, though. He's got really good stuff. And one of the electric arms coming out of the pen for Miami. So we'll see a new bat. For Siena. Looks like we're going to see a couple new bats, as this is Sean Camacho and Donovan Montgomery due up for Siena, but they're going to try and get some new sticks. The Barbero in. We saw him yesterday. Dan Barbero, the freshman. Barbero on the 0-1. It's starting to get a little windy out here at McKee Field. Flares one into right field, trying to make a play is Stone. He won't get there in time, falling just out of his reach. And Dan Barbero comes off the bench and delivers a hit for the Saints. Vincent DiNicola, the junior from New Jersey. Was in the middle of the order yesterday in game 1. Haven't seen him since. Coming off the bench to face Mastery in the 4th. First pitch to DiNicola. Misses inside. It's 1-0.
Say, Pat, going out.
Looks like we're going to see nothing but new hitters as where Aiden Stewart was slotted to bat next, the 3-hole hitter. Currently getting loose in the on-deck circle is Chris Erickson. The 2-0 to DiNicola. It's 3-0. So a leadoff walk and what could be, or leadoff base knock and what could be a walk following shortly after. Nice. Isn't a good start to an inning when you're trying to close it out. Comes back on the 3-0, finds the strike zone. The 3-1 as DiNicola chases the fastball up and in. Runs it full. Barbero at it first with that bloop single. And now a full count to Vincent DiNicola. Fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. The payoff pitch to DiNicola. Ball 4. Misses downstairs. A bloop and a walk. Start things in the top half of the ninth. Siena's going to need a lot to come back in this one. So we'll see Chris Erickson. First time we'll see him this series, the junior. Has 4 at-bats on the season. Has yet to get a hit. Chance to get one here against Miami. As he takes the first pitch for a called strike, a fastball over the plate. Erickson awaits Mastrian. Harrison doesn't bring it in. It's a ball, 1-1.
All right, here we go. Come on, Pat. Come on out.
Erickson awaits the 1-1. Thought about the off speed on the outside part. Wisely lays off. The 2-1 is a fastball on the outside, and Mastrian struggling to find the zone here in the ninth. Erickson, good hitters count. Takes a hack at the 3-1. Weiss with the backhand makes a nice play over to third. Only play he had was the force out. Zaborowski covering the bag. And Miami gets the first out. Nice play by Cooper Weiss. Another pinch hitter for the Saints. So score that, a 6-5 put out in the fielder's choice. The sophomore out of Bloomingburg, New York, Gunnar Mealand, will step into the batter's box. First time we've seen him this series. So DeNicola on second. Erickson on first. Meland at the plate. The tying run well in the dugout for the Saints. They're going to have to crawl back as Miami is 2 outs away from taking the final game of this series. Meland awaits an 0-2. Fouls one back. The 0-2 misses up and in. Getting the sign from Harrison. Mastrian checks on the runner at second. Fastball in on the hands of Gunnar Meland. He fouls it back. One and two, one away in this 10-3 ball game. Meland staying alive, refusing to go down without a fight.
Oh, Pat.
Here comes the 1-2 offering. Rides high and in, backing Meland off the plate.
Oh, Pat.
2-2. This is up and in. It's 3-2. Runner on first, runner on second. Mastrian working hard to get this game closed up and gets Meland to wave. Cannot catch up to that fastball. And Meland goes down swinging. And now we're back to the regularly scheduled lineup of Bryce Mordecki. Mordecki 0 for 3, struck out twice today. Was hit by a pitch as well. He takes a slider over the plate. 0-1. Mastrian. Find the strike zone, and he's well ahead of Mordecki. Two on, two away, 2 strikes to Mordecki. Mastrian comes set. Doesn't get Mordecki to chase. Siena Saints won game 1, 6-4. Game 2, 5-1. Redhawks a strike away from winning game 3, 10-3. Fouled back. We'll do it once more. Ground ball towards the coach's box. Once more, doing it at 1-2. Mordecki struck out last inning. Able to give him one last at-bat. The 1-2 from Patrick Mastrian, the 4th. The captain. Another foul ball. Can't put these Saints hitters away. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball, check swing. Yes, he did. Couldn't catch up. Mastrian allows the first 2 to reach base, but closes it out. Miami wins 10-3, taking the 3rd and final game of the series. They'll be back in action later this week, but we'll be back in action on Wednesday The softball team plays the Butler Bulldogs. That's slated for a first pitch at 5 p.m. And then we'll be back on the baseball diamond next week as they have their conference home opener. We thank you for tuning in this weekend, and we'll see you later. This has been Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports.